The bulls fail, then the bears fail. What the heck is going on? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, even though the market was gapping up, we were looking for it to fail and the bears to push down, and that's what we saw for a minute. The bulls failed to take it higher, the bears pushed down towards 4,300 and were shut down, and the bulls rallied into the close. Now the question is, who's in charge? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, before we jump into the charts, as always, PT and I do this to help traders understand the market, to make money in bull and bear markets, and overall to protect their investments and income. If you'd like to be part of this winning team, stay tuned for later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500, and we saw the gap up overnight here and then the move down, and then the bulls started to rally into the close. And so what it looks like is a couple of possibilities, and one I have favored over the other. Our primary count is that this is A, and then the bulls or bears failed to close here, so this is going to be a B. And then we look for C up towards the 4390 area to complete this bigger wave 4 higher. And then from there, we'd look for 5 waves down to complete this bigger wave 5 of the bigger wave 4. And that would complete the move down off of the highs, and then we'd look for a pretty strong rally out of that area. So overall, this would be our primary count that we're up in a C wave and should be pushing towards the 4390 area to the upside to complete that C wave. Then we would look for a move down to complete this bigger wave 4 and a rally. In that case, this wave 4 would be here, and the wave 5 would be down here. The alternate count to that is that we would trace out an ending diagonal, and if we start to see that trace out, you should be very cautious on any low that we make. So in that case, we would still be looking at 1 down, 2 up, and then you'd have 3 down. So you'd have A, B, and then 3 down. Usually 3 hits about the 1382, all of wave 3. Then you'd look for 4 back up into wave 1 territory. And then you'd look for the final push down, and diagonals end at about the 1764 right here. And that would come in at about our pivot that we've been talking about for quite a while. So the 4246 area would still be the target for that low. And as long as that holds, okay, we should see a really strong rally up out of here back toward the 4380 area. And then once we take out that 4380 area off of a low, that would be a pretty strong sign that we have made a bottom. So this count right here, it's a diagonal, so it is not the primary count, but should we start to head lower, okay, you should be cautious on any low, because as soon as we take out this low, we've created a low to build off of, we've created it off of a diagonal, and we're expecting a bullish response. Those 3 things could add for a recipe of a very strong reversal out of that area. Again, the primary is still that this is an A, B, C up towards 4390 and then down, but should they start to take it directly down, that's what we'd be looking for. Over on the NASDAQ, now the NASDAQ is a little bit more complicated. One thing I did not notice yesterday, which I normally look at, I can't believe I missed it, but this wave 4 did come down and just touch into this wave 1 territory, which would make that an invalid 5-wave structure. So that was an issue. Sometimes those things happen. But what we'd be looking at here is the potential, okay, for a diagonal to the upside. Now, if this is going to play out, so this would be 1, 2, A, B, C for 3. And these are all A, B, C moves, guys. I'm just counting out the 3. 4 down, and then you'd look at A, B, and then C up for 5 toward this 15100 area, which would again be about that 1764 that we talked about over on the ES. That 15100 area would allow the ES to go up in its C wave, okay, and then we would pull back sharply back toward this 14600 or 700 area, which would allow the ES to make another low, while the NASDAQ has a wave 1 up, and then they can catch up from there. That happens quite often. We could look for a deep retrace because it is a diagonal, and then up from there in a rally. So that would be the primary count as of right now, because it's not a real clean ABC structure on the NASDAQ. We do have an ABC count, and that would be where this is the A wave up, the B wave down, and then C up would take us up to the 15281 region. Also very possible. And if they do push up over this 15129 area, this would become the primary count. We'd be looking at 15281 back into here for a C, and then one more push down, which would make this overall move likely an ending diagonal as well. and then we'd look for one more push down to break this low, and then a reversal from there. So 15,100 to 15,129, those are kind of the key upside areas on the NASDAQ. If they are going to push this directly higher, we would look for that type of move to play out from there. If they break through 15,100 to 15,129, then it looks much more like we're going to make this C wave up toward 15,281, then down from there, okay, and a bigger ending diagonal for this move off of the highs, and then we'd look for a rally after that. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it will take you right over to the webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, and become part of the trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way they never have before. It's so hard to decipher the news cycles where good news makes the market go down and vice versa, and traders get very confused as to why this happens. With Elliott Wave, you know the key levels, you know what happens when they break, and you know the targets, and it makes the market understandable and reasonable even though it seems irrational. It is 25 videos in 3 parts where I go over an introduction, where we go over your Elliott Wave expectations, mindset and emotion, the KISS method and why it works, the chart setup and tools, where I go through every tool you need to use along your with your chart so that you can find the Elliott Wave levels, understand when they fail, and understand when there's a higher probability of them succeeding, as well as the Elliott Wave for Beginners area, where I go through every single wave, the parameters of each wave, when they fail, what they're looking for, what their targets are, what their failure points are, corrective depth theory, theory of alternation, everything you want to know about the Elliott Wave waves in a 5-wave set with the corrective waves so that you can understand the market in a way that you never have before. The really cool thing, guys, is it comes with both of the monthly subscriptions. So if you don't want just the course, you can become a monthly member, and the course is included for free. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as day trading, individual stocks, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures his trades that's so unique. Something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. We also started a challenge account where you put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Key takeaways for today. Primary count on the ES is we're looking for this ABC to play out up towards 43.90, and then we would look for a move down to complete this bigger wave C into this 42.50 area, and then up from there. The alt count or secondary count, if they decide to move it directly lower, would be that this is going to be an ending diagonal where we would look for a continuation down from here in the wave 3 toward the 42.71 area, one more bounce in wave 4, and then down towards that 42.60 area. From there, we'd look for a pretty strong rally to the upside. Over on the NASDAQ, we are looking for a little bit of continuation here where we have a potential diagonal that would play out toward the 15,100 area. We would look for a continued push up to that area. If they fail there and start to push down in a strong move, that would be an indication that we were in the diagonal and it did fail. If they're able to push over 15,129, then we'd look up to the 15,281 area for an ABC higher before one more C leg down and then a strong reversal after that. Guys, that is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.